All right. So the Bills advanced to 6-2. The first time that we as an organization have made it to 6 wins ahead of Week 11 since the year 2000. We faced a rookie quarterback today who, say what you want about his performance, but the Bills did what Belichick usually does. You made a rookie quarterback irrelevant. At no point did I ever feel like Haskins was truly threatening us. And in that way, we're now 6-2 and still sitting in the driver's seat for a wild card spot. I don't know what to say. I don't know how confident to be. I just know that I'm going to enjoy the moment. Oh, we're going to get comfortable here, folks. And I'm going to open up the floor to questions.
Is there any real takeaways to take away from this game? I mean, it is the Redskins.
It is the Redskins, sir. But that doesn't mean that there isn't anything to take away from this. There were times when our offense turned the ball over in places where it was not advantageous for the rest of our team. And our defense stood fast. Something it couldn't do against the Eagles last week. In opportunities where our offense squandered field position, the defense held fast. They found a way. They mixed their coverages. It's one of the things that I guess I hadn't seen enough out of them from that point. And to that, I think it truly was the key to the game, was our defensive organization and the mixed coverages that they gave the kid. And behind that, I'd like to pop a bottle.
Offensively, what did you see? Anything different this week as opposed to the last couple of weeks as our offense has been kind of stagnant?
Stagnant. You want to talk stagnating offense? Well, it's not the offense's fault. It's not the players' fault anyway. At least I don't think so. The way I look at this is watching the Bills' offense today. There was a number of times where they had 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and they failed to come up with anything more creative than a run up the middle with Frank Gore. Is anyone more sick of seeing a run up the middle with Frank Gore than me? You'd be hard-pressed to find him.
Now, if you're the OC, what plays do you call in that position, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2?
Just once. I'd like to see a Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator test them with a pitch. I don't know, maybe a pitch out. Even if it's to the fullback. Just to get them to respect the fact that you're not just going to try to get 1 yard up the gut and their safeties can crash the middle of our offense with reckless abandon. I don't know. Maybe a pitch out. Maybe a play action. Maybe a cornerback rollout.
Well, as you did mention the use of Frank Gore there on the 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 4th and 1s. Why wouldn't you use Singletary in that position? I mean, can you speak to Singletary's performance today?
My man. Devin Singletary played a man's game today. Devin Singletary, when the Bills needed a big play, Devin Singletary got more touches just with my own eyes. I haven't looked at the numbers. He had more touches today than he has all season. And he rewarded us with some of the most explosive plays our offense has seen all year. That doesn't shock me. He's a young player, under the age of 25, who isn't on the back half of his career, unlike a John Brown, unlike a Cole Beasley, unlike a Frank Gore. He's still got some explosion to his game. He's still got some things happening for him in his life. And you saw it. As you feed him, he starts to gain confidence. What I like most about Singletary's game was the way that there were a number of plays that had they gone to another Bills running back, they would have resulted in negative plays. and instead he found a way to make them positives. I think that they utilized him well today, and he responded. He answered the call, and he's the thing that sparked our offense this afternoon.
Now, here at the press conferences and on the podcast, you've been very critical of our quarterback, Josh Allen. Can you dissect his performance today against Washington?
Josh Allen might have had the best performance that his offensive coordinator allowed him to have, that he'll have all season. This was a game where the offensive coordinator had limited creativity, which a week after I get the scoreboard, you're all going to say scoreboard. I'm going to point to the number of times we got foiled on 3rd and 1. 4th and goal, where you didn't make it. 3rd and goal, you couldn't get a yard. 2nd and goal, you couldn't get a yard. Why? Because your offense has no creativity. At some point...
What about 3rd and 2 from the goal line, and then you end up kicking a field goal from the 24?
Chris? That's what I have to say to that. Ultimately, you will live and die behind this. Your lack of creativity will inevitably kill you. It will. As it will us and this football team. Today wasn't the day. Thank God today wasn't the day. Thank God today was the day that we will go on to crow at the accomplishments of our defense and how we made a rookie quarterback look like a rookie. But let it not be lost in the wash that this offense is one of the most uncreative that the NFL has ever seen. We're running a system from 2003 that doesn't apply in 2019. We'd like to hope that it still results with the combination of our defense and a playoff berth. But if it can't, hey, them's the breaks. The Bills made their bed this year. They've chosen to back an offensive coordinator. They've given him pieces. They've given him parts. And yet I see at some point or another, you can point to every player on this offense and argue that they're being underutilized. That's not a mistake.
Where do you put your fandom after this game? Because you've talked about here and on the podcast of your fandom, being middle of the road and fans going way down below you after that Eagles game. Where does your fandom rank?
You're talking about fandom? Fandom?
For the season after that game.
This is where you should be. You should recognize the fact that this is a team that's out there playing their balls off. They're playing their balls off based on what's laid out in front of them. You have a defense that's selling out to bail out what is a mediocre offense. And you have an offense that's being run with a mediocre playbook. So with that said, where am I as a fan? I'm exactly where I was after we lost to the Eagles. We're not the worst team in the NFL. We're not the best. We're a team with guts. We're a team that's going to go out there and lay it on the line. And as fans, I'd argue you should be doing the same. And with that, I'm going to leave you to it.